Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Vedic Astrologer. My name is Rajat Kapoor. Today in this short, simple video, I'm going to talk about an important transit that in my opinion is one of the most important transits of the year 2023. It is going to last for the next couple of months. It is the double transit of Jupiter and Saturn, both being retrograde. Towards the end of this video, I am also going to share a simple remedy that could be a potential game changer for a lot of people if you were to have any spiritual pursuits, if you were to bring in a balance in your life, if you were to have the energies of Libra, which is about balance, and the energies of Leo, which is about leadership. And in case you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, share this video with your friends, spread the awareness. In case you wish to book a personalized consultation with me, you can check out the link to my website in the comment section and how you can reach out to me. So Saturn's been already going retrograde in its own Mool Trikon sign of Aquarius, and it's going to stay in retrograde motion till 4th of November in the sign of Aquarius. Currently, it is transiting in the nakshatra of Shatabisha. Jupiter, that very recently started its retrograde motion, will continue to be in the same state in the sign of Aries till the end of this year, which is till 31st of December. Which means the next 2 or 3 months are quite crucial for us to understand that both the biggest planets and the most important planets in the zodiac belt are going retrograde. Let me explain in a simple manner what retrograde really means. When a planet is going retrograde, and this happens with Jupiter and Saturn, 1/3 of the time they are in a retrograde motion. The Graha, if goes retrograde, it is called Vakri, which means its proximity is quite close to the Earth during that time. It appears to be moving in a backward direction, but it is not literally moving in a backward direction. Therefore, it appears to be more closer to the Earth. If you go out in the night sky, Jupiter and Saturn should be quite visible if the sky is clear. Now, during this motion, the planet gains Cheshtabal, which gives it additional strength. Saturn is very much moving quite strong during this time since the last few weeks. Jupiter has begun its very slow journey of retrograde, so it will take a few days for it to pick up the pace. I have mentioned this in my previous video of Jupiter retrograde transit that you can check out. Furthermore, retrograde is a very karmic state. Retrograde means that it is time for the planet to look back. So in this case, Jupiter is looking back at the sign of Pisces, Saturn is looking back at the sign of Capricorn. Now these two signs are linked with work and also expenses. Now this is the time, in a general sense, one needs to put a lot more focus in these two things. So whether it is your actions in the society, getting on the ground and working, and at the same time it is also about curtailing your expenditure, putting your money and finances in the right direction, offer help to those who are in need, and a good time for spiritual gains. Because this is what both these biggest grahas are trying to look back and re-evaluate or reassess the situation. Since retrograde is a very special significance, it is also linked to unfulfilled purpose from the previous birth. And this time it is about the houses ruled by Jupiter and Saturn. It is also related to their placement in your chart, the lordship in your chart. So this is how it should be read. Who is going to have a maximum impact of this double retrograde transit? I believe a large proportion of people are going to have a significant impact of this transit. If you're running a Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratantardasha where Jupiter or Saturn are playing a role, you're likely to be impacted by this transit. If Venus is playing a role because Jupiter is transiting Bharani Nakshatra, you're likely to be impacted. The houses that Jupiter and Saturn currently are aspecting, Jupiter is aspecting the sign of Leo, Libra and Sagittarius. Saturn is aspecting the sign of Aries, Leo and Scorpio. If you have any prominent grahas in these signs, or you're running its Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratantardasha, you're likely to be impacted by this transit. I can comfortably say that more than 85% of people in the world are going to have some or the other impact of this transit. If in your natal chart you already have a retrograde Jupiter or Saturn, you're likely to be impacted a lot by this transit. Now these two grahas rule 4 very important houses of the chart: the sign of Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces, which are the natural 9th house, 10th house, 11th house and the 12th house in the Kalpurusha Kundali are ruled by Jupiter and Saturn. These houses represents the highest level of dharma, artha, kama and moksha respectively, which are the four important purushartha. These are the pillars of life. Sagittarius being the natural 9th house represents the highest dharma. Capricorn being the natural 10th house represents the highest level of artha. Aquarius being the natural 11th house represents the highest level of kama or desires. And Pisces, which is the natural 12th house, represents the highest level of moksha. Hence, this trouble transit holds a significant amount of importance for all of us. One of the basic principles when the planet is retrograde is that 7th from that planet is quite active because it has a lot of desire during this time for change, for you to think, reflect and reevaluate some of your decisions. Look back into your past and try to analyze some of the decisions that you've made that could be linked to their rulership or the inherent nature of Jupiter and Saturn, and proceed accordingly for your better future. So 7th from Jupiter, here is the sign of Libra, which is about law and order. Libra is about partnerships. It is about relationship, harmony. It is the natural 7th house of the Kalpurusha Kundali. It is also about businesses. So it is time to reflect, think and manage your relationships, your partnership, bringing harmony into it. How you can do that? The next 3 months are quite an optimum time for all these pursuits. Also for those who are looking forward to getting married or settling down in life, this could be a potentially favorable time. 7th from Saturn at this point in time is a sign of Leo, which is a very futuristic house. It is all about progression. It is all about leadership. It is authority. This is where the king sits. This sign plays a very important role in future related decisions. So this is a potential time for you to reflect and think about your future. Put certain plans in place, goals in place for the next 2 months that could help you achieve a lot in life. I also anticipate that at a mundane level, there could be key decisions that could be made during this time which are related to policies, procedures, important law and order, where governments are going to play a role. There could be breakthrough decisions that could be made over the next 2 months. So we must watch this space to understand this further, because these are the energies that these grahas are bringing in, which are very much linked to law and order and leadership. So these are important changes. So it is time for leadership to look back at some of the decisions made in the past and take some corrective steps and actions for better future of the humanity. The most active sign for the next couple of months is the sign of Leo, because this is jointly aspected by Jupiter and Saturn. Shri K.N. Rao ji has mentioned in many of his books and his research as well. So this principle is backed by research. He has researched thousands of charts. Whenever Jupiter and Saturn are jointly aspecting one sign, which is the sign of Leo in this case, it triggers life events. These life events will be related to the rulership of Leo in your chart. So that is how you need to understand and interpret. For example, if Leo is the 3rd house in your chart, this could trigger change. This could trigger an opportunity to put in a lot more efforts. If Leo is the 7th house in your chart, this could trigger marriage, partnership, relationship. If Leo is the 10th house in your chart, this could really trigger job prospects or new opportunities to work, business and your actions in the society. This is how this double transit should be read. So wherever the sign of Leo is in your chart, pay careful attention to it and understand the kind of life events that are going to happen over the next 2 or 3 months, and be prepared for it. Retrograde is always an opportunity, and during this retrograde transit, Jupiter is being aspected by Saturn. Saturn is about discipline. Jupiter is about wisdom and knowledge. So it is an optimum time to put your discipline in your higher learning, in increasing your awareness that is connected to learning. The more you learn, grow, the higher is your wisdom and your potential. Now, another interesting aspect of this transit is that Jupiter is currently in retrograde motion in the nakshatra of Bharani, that is ruled by Venus, and Saturn is in retrograde motion in the nakshatra of Shatabisha, that is ruled by Rahu. There's a lot of Venusian and Rahu energies that are playing a role, which means the next couple of months, high desires, lot of inclination towards material world, material wealth, technology, trying to captivate as much as you can. People will be spending like anything. So those are some of the things one must carefully watch. You can take control of your own impulsive desires. No one else can. So my advice would be, if you are being extravagant, try to have some balance in your overall routine. Try to avoid unnecessary expenses or spend. Try to think, reflect, think about your future, and then make decisions accordingly. If needed, take a step back, avoid this kind of situation. September through December is an excellent time for reflection, thinking through and putting down your goals in place and what you wish to achieve in the near future. This is naturally related to dharma, your overall purpose in life, your path, righteousness. What do you believe in? Your overall belief system is going to become strong. That is an opportunity for you. It is about artha, which is related to wealth creating opportunities, your actions in society, the work that you do. It is also about karma, that is related to your desires. So try to leverage your desires by bringing harmony in your relationship, by bringing a balance in your life, trying to focus on people who are opposite to you and how you can get the most benefit out of it. And this is also a time to focus on moksha, which is all about spirituality and similar practices, yoga, sadhana, meditation, connecting with the divine, whoever you believe in. This could be an optimum time for you to do that. You need to follow the path of Jupiter and Saturn, that is linked to wisdom and discipline, for you to take the best message of this transit and move on with your life in order to become successful. Over the next 3 months or so, there's going to be a lot of distractions in this world, a lot of distraction around you, because please remember, there are energies of Venus and Rahu, which is high on Rajasic and Tamasic as well. These grahas are all about material world. Whenever such energies are there, there's a lot of inclination towards material world and success. But this is a time to take a step back. Now let me share what you should do as a potential remedy during this time to make the most of it. Since it is about reflection, this exercise should help you. It could be a potentially game changer for you if you do it on a regular basis. I'm not going to stress on doing meditation till you achieve physical stillness. So what you need to do is, for 5 minutes, sit in a physical stillness state. That means for 5 minutes you are sitting still and you're doing nothing. When you sit still, you're going to face a lot of challenges. At the same time, your body is going to get itchy. You might need to scratch your head. There will be a lot of distractions around you. You won't be able to have a lot of focus. But then take small steps. Start with 30 seconds and add 10 seconds at each instance of physical stillness. Try to practice it every day till you achieve 5 minutes of physical stillness. That means for 5 minutes, you are sitting still and you're doing nothing. It is a very powerful exercise. If you sit back and do nothing for 5 minutes, you have the ability and power to create everything in your life. Please remember that from nothing, you create everything. Very similar to the creation of this universe that we live in. You have unlimited potential. Such is the power of this exercise. Once you're able to achieve 5 minutes of physical stillness, thereafter you work on achieving mental stillness, which is about focusing on one thing at a time and trying to put all your energies and attention there. I'm going to talk about it in a separate video, but this time try to achieve 5 minutes of physical stillness, which will give you the power of thinking, reflecting and making certain decisions for yourself, which will open and expand the avenue of unlimited potential that you can do. Please understand, a lot of times it is not important for you to run, be in a fast pace. Sometimes it is important to slow down. Sometimes it is important to sit back, reflect. This is the time, the energies are favorable, make the most of it. I hope and wish that Jupiter and Saturn's double retrograde transit brings a lot of wisdom, learning, discipline and organizational skills in our lives. It fills our life with growth and prosperity in the coming months. Thank you very much and God bless you all.